On September 29th, Google announced both the Nexus 5X and the 6P. Today we're going to be looking at the more premium one, the 6P. The new 6P is Google's most premium smartphone to date. Is that where there's a P in the name? Aesthetically, I think it is quite possibly the best looking smartphone that you can buy. I even think it looks better than the iPhone 6s. The body of the 6P is actually made entirely out of aluminum, apart from the 8 antenna lines on each of the 4 corners of the phone. The only other thing that breaks up the otherwise seamless aluminum is the black strip at the top for the camera and antenna, and the plastic strip at the bottom of the phone. Antenna! The other doohickey that we have on the back of the phone is this cute, shiny little ring, my precious, which is actually the fingerprint reader called Android Imprint. What a silly name, but oh well, not everyone can have Touch ID or something of that nature. The name, however, does make sense when you realize that it's not a physical button. All you have to do is touch it and the phone unlocks. It's super ooper whooper fast. It unlocks before the phone even makes it to the lock screen. To charge this phone, we are looking at a very new and very modern technology. A USB Type-C. It's the same thing that you're gonna find on the new MacBook, on the Chromebook Pixel, and on the OnePlus 2. Also along the side of the phone, we find my old nemesis, chamfered edges. The thing is with chamfered edges, they look really good, but they scratch so easily. Like, you could just touch it with your finger and they scratch. It's so annoying. Here comes my least favorite part of a smartphone review. The part where I have to list a bunch of numbers to tell you how fast it is. Here we go! Processor is an octa-core Snapdragon 810 version 2.1 clocked at 2 GHz with 3 GB of RAM and an Adreno 430 GPU. The screen is a 5.7-inch 71.4% screen-to-body aspect ratio at a resolution of 1440 by 2560 at 518 pixels per inch AMOLED display. The camera is a 12.3 megapixel 720p slow motion at 240 FPS, and the front facing is a 720p 8 megapixel sensor. So many numbers! So now let's look at the software on the Nexus 6P. We're running Google's latest and greatest Marshmallow operating system, which is nice because it gets its updates directly from Google. You don't have to go through AT&T or your other carrier nonsense like you do with a lot of Samsung phones. And because the phone is unlocked directly from Google and not from a carrier or a superstore or something like that, there's no bloatware like TouchWiz or... That's really all I can think of because it's terrible. I actually think that the vanilla Android OS looks really good, so I'm glad that it hasn't been changed or bloated. The one thing that I find a little annoying about the nature of this screen is that it is a flat screen, which means you don't have any curving along the edges like you would find on an iPhone 6s or Galaxy S6 Edge. What this means is that when you're doing a swiping gesture, like when you go back a web page or something of that nature, you're gonna hit your finger on the little ridge, the little rubber gasket on the edge of the display. It's not a very comfortable feeling. As for the camera, there's not that much to say that can't be said by almost any smartphone these days. They all shoot in really high resolution, whether it be 1080p or 4K, or some even do 5K. The number of megapixels doesn't really matter anymore. The camera in the 6P is really good, but that's not really outstanding because all smartphone cameras in the premium sector are really good. Overall, I would say the Android 6P is possibly my favorite Android smartphone that you could buy. And I would recommend it to anyone watching this video and anyone who wants a premium unlocked Android smartphone. So thanks guys for watching this video. Make sure to check back on Monday or Tuesday when I will be unboxing the new Apple TV. Is it the 4th generation? Yeah, the 4th generation. Hopefully later this week as well, I will be able to post a full review of the new Apple TV. Make sure to follow me on Twitter @LukeMiani and share with all of your friends. Also make sure to subscribe to the channel and leave a like down below. Thanks guys, and I will see you on Monday or Tuesday.